advising the president. So really, I'm not supposed to be a computer guru or a program writer.
Yeah.
We have them in the ministry. It's just a matter of putting them in their right places. And that's the job of a manager.
Do you think you bring political value?
Well,
welcome back to Havana Media. My name is Celestine Wendia. I'll be your host for today. We will be exploring the people and policies shaping the continent's digital future. And we have two ICT leaders, that is William Kabogo, Kenya's Minister of ICT, and Paula Ingabire, Minister of ICT and Innovation in Rwanda. William Kabogo, currently serving as Kenya's minister, has now become part of a joke in the online community concerning his background, educational level in the ministry he is leading. This came up after an interview he had with Citizen TV. There have been memes, skits, highlighting what is needed in the field he is currently working at, and people are saying he lacks the basic knowledge about ICT and technology.
Advising the president. So really, I'm not supposed to be a computer guru or a program writer.
Yeah.
We have them in the ministry. It's just a matter of putting them in their right places. And that's the job of a manager.
Do you think you bring political value?
Well,
which can be supported by what he is claiming to be his objective as minister, which is stopping pornography, as highlighted in several videos, and the other one is social media management to prevent underage exposure, which, yeah, I guess it is a goal as a minister, but when compared to Rwanda, this seems like child's play.
We have said the first measure is to understand that we need to create a good environment within use of social media. And I said this the other day, and I said we are not planning to switch off anything. It's not in our minds. I made a caption on top of that and said the capacity is there. Of course the capacity is there in case we have situations of national security importance. For example, you know what happened to Rwanda when the radios were used for genocide purposes. If that happens, we'll switch them off. But we have no other situation where we have thought of doing it. Why can't it be self-regulating? So that we have a discussion in Kenya and say, let's create a good environment within these platforms. So that even when your son or daughter is sitting next to you on a sofa, you will see that the things they are doing are responsible things. We have to discuss ourselves. And this is why I said in the ministry, I will be opening portals for public engagement. Those who like insulting leaders, they will insult us for a few minutes and they will disappear. We'll be left with those who want to have a discourse with us. So the laws are there, you know, misuse of computer and cybercrime, it's there. If you are angered by anything that has been put there and you think it is part of a crime, report the crime. That's what we do. But I'll be moving cabinet to probably allow OB reporting online so that you don't have to go to the police station to report. That is in my mind. And if they agree, then we should be able to report these things online and action taken real time. But Kenya is moving with a speed, lightning speed in this space. Asante sana.
His obsession with social media seems like the only goal he has. As a whole minister, you'd think, yes, you have the one goal now. How about you give us a detailed plan, how you are going to execute it? But all he does is talk about it, and execution on the other level is at 0%.
All right.
I said, if I had a way of stopping pornography in Kenya, I would do it tonight. I would do it tonight. And I said, imagine you're a young family, you have 2 rooms in Nairobi because you cannot afford 3, and you have 3 children, a boy and 2 girls. Then they are watching pornography in the other room. What do you expect? It's like we are becoming an insane society. So, Ndolo, that is the way.
Okay.
Yes, that's the way of the future. And that's where we are going as a society.
All right. Let's bring up some more.
Paula, who is driven by a vision of inclusive, policy-based innovation and has made international headlines for her progressive approach to AI, smart education, and digital governance, with a strong emphasis on strong academic and technical background. Ingabire is driving Rwanda towards transformation into a tech-forward, knowledge-based economy.
We have done a study to look at what would be the impact of AI in Rwanda. And what we're seeing is, and I think you talked about 0.8%, what we are seeing is even with basic use cases that we can deploy, we are seeing a potential to create at least 6% GDP contribution. And so we've been able to map out the different use cases. We talk about early warning, systems for farmers. Farmers make up the largest percentage of our population, and you see that trend similar across the continent. We're talking about public administration use cases, whether it's from taxes or the social security claims, and really being more efficient with how we're using some of these tools. And to your point, Vijay, this is definitely is going to be a continuation over the already existing foundations that we've put in place in our digital transformation efforts. It also means that we're going to have to think differently on how we continue to close the gap on some of the digital aspects. So it's making sure that everyone is connected. Today we have about 93% population coverage, but we still have a gap on usage. And the usage gap is driven largely by digital skills, by access to affordable devices and affordable internet connectivity. But at the same time, we're also going to be combining those efforts with energy access. Rwanda today has 81% household access to electricity. But when we start to look at what these AI use cases that we're going to put in place, we start to anticipate what the demand is going to look like, and that has called for different ways on how we leverage that. And so for Rwanda, we're building on these foundations.
Her initiatives include expanding broadband access, implementing progressive AI and data policies, promoting digital literacy, and integrating technology into education and public services. Ingabire is methodically building a digitally inclusive ecosystem driven by long-term policy planning and technical expertise. Comparing the two leaders can tell you a lot. Their contrasting priorities reflect broader national differences. Rwanda is investing in structured, future-ready digital society shaped by institutional competence and innovation, while Kenya, we are singing the same dance and song that we have been for a long time now.
When you say expertise, what do you require to be a minister?
At least background knowledge.
You're required to be a leader. Just that, to understand that you're required to have efficiency and effectiveness. Efficiency, you need to be a manager. Because if you look at the roles of a minister, simple policy, to drive policy, to keep evaluating and changing the policy as need be. Legislative work of the ministry, advising the president. So really, I'm not supposed to be a computer guru or a program writer. We have them in the ministry. It's just a matter of putting them in their right places. And that's the job of a manager.
Do you think?
He said in an interview that background education does not necessarily mean that a person will be a good leader, which we can say, yeah, sometimes it shows. But also having a person that is knowledgeable in the ministerial field that they are going to lead plays a long way in contributing to the development of a nation. What are your thoughts about this? Share in the comments below. I have been your host, Celestine Wandia.